All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick's Strength and Power. So I found a topic for a video today that I thought you guys might find interesting. So I came across this Instagram page here of a guy named Joel Kellet, and his username is @Overkill. Now, the interesting thing about this Instagram account is this guy, he emulates a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger's famous photos and famous poses. And honestly, from a physique standpoint, I think this guy really looks pretty dead on accurate, just like Arnold Schwarzenegger, just kind of a downsized version of Arnold. He has a very classic physique. I don't think facially he looks so much like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I almost thought it's incredible how similar he actually looks to Arnold in a lot of these photos. So I wanted to show you guys some of these photos and give you guys a side-by-side comparison of the original photo of Arnold that he's emulating in these pictures. So I wanted to start out here with this kind of classic side relaxed pose that Arnold does in several of his old school photos. And I think this is a pose that Joel really emulates well. And I think it's really cool to see a guy that has a physique so similar to Arnold Schwarzenegger's, because I think one of the main things that made Arnold such a standout bodybuilder and such a legendary physique is the fact that he had such really unique proportions to his physique. He had that crazy small waist, but at the same time, he had a tremendously large chest and these tremendously large biceps. And the way that looked with his proportions was just a really unique, really classic look that really was hard for anybody else in the golden era to emulate exactly how Arnold looked, because he just had these really original proportions. And I see this on Instagram all the time, people emulating Arnold's, classic trademark poses like the twisting back double bicep, the mantis pose, the one-armed front bicep. And typically people don't look anything like how Arnold looked in those poses, again, because his proportions were so unique to him. That's what made those poses so popular. So when you see someone actually emulating these poses that looks very similar to Arnold, I think that's a very, very rare occurrence. And for this guy to only have 400 followers and look that similar to the way Arnold looked, and I don't know if he's natural or not because he looks significantly smaller than Arnold was. But if he is in fact natural with these insane proportions, I mean, that would be a very impressive accomplishment. And I don't think people realize, even by today's standards in bodybuilding, how insane Arnold's proportions actually were, specifically his chest. If you look at this side chest photo right here, I mean, just look at how insanely large his chest is relative to the rest of his body. And this is something you don't even see today in bodybuilding. You don't see chests like Arnold had, even today, with all the enhanced technology and training methods that we have today in bodybuilding. You still don't see anything like the way that Arnold looked in these poses. I mean, that side chest was just absolutely ridiculous. And that's the other primary pose that stuck out to me with this Joel Kellet guy, is the side chest looked very similar to Arnold's side chest. Just specifically the way he hit that pose and the way his physique is proportioned just looks incredibly similar to Arnold's. Now, in the front double bicep pose, I don't think they look as similar. I think Arnold has a much smaller waist and a much crazier V-taper than this guy has. But I think you can certainly see the similarities between the bicep development of both Arnold and this guy. I think they have very similar genetics in that regard. And that's part of what helps make these poses look so similar to Arnold's poses. So it seems like every year there's a new guy that comes out and has a very similar physique to Arnold. And I think it's actually interesting to see, as social media gets bigger and bigger, this opens the door for more and more guys that work out to showcase their physiques. So more guys come out of the woodwork with these crazy classic proportions, and people realize maybe Arnold's, genetics and proportions weren't as rare as we thought they were. And we see guys coming out of the woodwork that look very, very similar. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this guy's physique. Do you think he looks similar to Arnold Schwarzenegger or not? Let me know in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not already for content just like this. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.